guys, welcome to the Caiminds podcast. Jamie could not make it today, so I am taking his place in terms of hosting. I am Pinkshuchan, and here with me is Fish Dragon.
What's up?
And newcomer, OneCat294.
Greetings, true believers. I know I stole that quote, but I don't give a shit.
Copyright infringement. We don't give a flying fuck.
No, we don't.
Alright, so who wants to start us off in terms of topics?
Since I'm the guest here, I guess I could just, wait for someone to go first before me. I want to be the gentleman.
Basically, he wants someone else to get under fire first.
Well, I don't want to be rude or anything, so...
Yeah, keep kissing ass.
Alright, Fish, why don't you start us off?
It has been recently announced another character who is joining the Smash Bros. Lineup, Little Mac from the Punch-Out series. And
yay.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I haven't actually played the Punch-Out series, but just the little bits it's shown of all the moves he can do and stuff like that, and just like the final Smash thing where he just gets big. It seems like it'll be an interesting little thing, although I am still skeptical until I actually get my hands on a copy and, figure out how he plays, so I'll more than likely end up sticking with, the classics, like Pikachu and Link and stuff like that, but, yeah, this actually brought back another thing, because me and my friend, a couple days ago, were talking about some kind of characters that could possibly be good for the Smash Bros. Stuff, and one of the things he thought would be good is if Bayonetta joined it, but, it's Bayonetta. She's the chick that has the bodysuit of hair, and every time she does stuff with it, she basically becomes close and close to nudity. And it's just like, but how is that gonna work? Because, there's so much you'd have to censor for that, and we know how butthurt the fans get when you censor their stuff. But, he's thinking that it may be possible now, since Bayonetta 2 looks pretty tame compared to how it's been done in the first one, because it doesn't look like she's making monstrous constructs of her hair and basically leaving her, in the nude more often than not. So it is looking possible that with the trailer for Bayonetta 2 and what all we've seen of it so far, that Bayonetta 2 joining the cast wouldn't be as big a stretch as everyone believes it to be, although fanboys will always be butthurt, so you're never going to win entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole Little Mac thing, considering that I'm not familiar with the Punch-Out series either. I have seen gameplay clips of it, and it does look interesting. I do know where the Big Mac thing came from. It was from, the Wii version, and I know that they're going to incorporate it in some way where it seems some sort of, really fun. So, yeah.
I'm just hoping every time Little Mac does all the stuff, that'll just be like it does in the trailers, where there's just that announcer, proclaiming everything. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Just all that stuff. Because, that was just my favorite part of the trailer. Seeing him actually fight against stuff and just hearing the coach holler out stuff.
Yeah, and then what if for no reason like in the NES games, Mario was always the referee, and then he just appears out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, what am I doing here? Okay, just little man, or something like that.
This is the part where someone else does another story.
Oh, okay. I guess since we got that whole Punch-Out thing out of the way, I will share something that I learned from Funimation. Very well known for their casting in terms of dubbing. Recently, everyone knows how kick-ass the anime Attack on Titan is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, recently it has been announced that the English dub, no, not the cast, but the crew has been officially announced. And I'm going to be reading this off as it appears to me. The ADR engineer will be Kenneth Thompson. The scriptwriters involve the work of J. Michael Tatum and Tyson Reinhard. Head writer, John Bergemeyer. And the ADR director, my personal favorite ADR director, by the way, of Funimation, Mike McFarland, who was involved with great projects such as Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z. The reason why I know this guy's going to do a kick-ass job at this is because he knows exactly who to cast for these roles. And, for my personal opinions on who they should cast for the main three characters, for Mikasa, I'd say either Jeremy Lee, or possibly, if she has the good range for it, maybe you could test something with her. Maybe, Lucy Christian, but I'm not sure. Or even Brina Palencia. She could do a pretty good job as Mikasa as well. For Armin, I'd suggest either Greg Aries or someone with a high or low voice that can go in that category. I'm not sure who could fit Armin. And as for the character Eren Yeager, this was a bit of an odd choice and it took a lot of thinking for me, but I officially came to the conclusion that the voice actor Aaron Dismuke, who is well known for his role as Slave number 23 in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and a long time ago when he was only 15 years old, played as Alphonse Elric in the original Fullmetal Alchemist. So, I personally think, yeah, I'm not just saying it because of his name, but I think in terms of range and all that, he'd fit the role perfectly. So, yeah, just let us know what's coming up and all that. Just Funimation just doing a kick-ass job as always.
Yeah, I caught the story of Attack on Titan's English dub. Apparently it's set to debut at Anime Boston on March 21st or 23. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a big Attack on Titans guy, but I did catch a story saying that the English dub of Attack on Titan will premiere at Anime Boston and it'll be held, in Boston, Massachusetts on March 21st through 23rd. So they may be quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently they'll be on it pretty quick.
Yeah. And speaking of Funimation, all the other stuff that you could check out in terms of their content, other than stuff that's been announced in terms of crew, there's also been a few announcements in terms of their One Piece content. The One Piece Collection 9 is going to be sold sometime during May or April, which is basically the first two dissects of Season 4. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and do that. All of Season 5 has been released, which is the Enies Lobby arc, which is where the Luffy Pirates, the Straw Hat Pirates, sorry, I fucked that up.
Pirates. Shame on you.
Yes, well, they do say it in one episode, but anyway, they kick ass as always against CP9, which is my favorite arc of the series, and of course, most recently it has been announced that the next season, Season 6, Thriller Bark, which is where they introduce the musician of the Straw Hats, Brooke the Skeleton, who is pretty much a different version of Jack Skellington, but is much more badass in every way, will be introduced sometime during the summer or spring, much like Collection 9. So if you Funimation nuts want to get your hands on that, go to Amazon.com and pre-order that. I sound like a shameless plug, but I do not give a shit. I love these shows.
Fanboy much?
Yes, very fanboy.
Yeah, only on the Caiminds podcast.
Fanboys!
All
They're
right.
gonna inherit the world.
All right, so time for my topic?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is, boss lady.
All right. For those who are fans of the anime Tiger and Bunny, the new Tiger and Bunny movie, Tiger and Bunny The Rising, premiered in Japanese theaters last weekend. Yay!
Yay! We get to see
Yay,
adult people
implied
argue like
yaoi.
little children.
Technically, it's not really a yaoi.
It
yaoi,
hints at yaoi.
Yeah, it hints at yaoi. But then again, what anime does not hint at yaoi?
There's kind of...
aside from Yuri.
There's kind of this undefined, this unofficial line drawn where it's just like, okay, there's, just playing on it for, shits and giggles, and then there's, being deliberate about it to the extent it's just like you're making this closer and closer to being a reality without actually saying it.
Yeah, you could just take the smallest things of an anime that doesn't even intend yaoi, and you can find a way like Dragon Ball Z. I know people have been mentioning Dragon Ball Z, Omni's been mentioning it, but I'm going to mention it here anyway. There's some people who support yaoi between Goku and Vegeta. Is like, I do not like you. I don't like you either. Let's have sex. Okay.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, apparently it's going to be getting a screening in I think it's Anime Boston. I don't know. I forget but somewhere in North America on March 22nd.
Yeah.
And I am getting really excited for this because I have seen the entirety of the Tiger and Bunny anime and it was really good. I had seen Tiger and Bunny at the beginning, but I kind of thought it would have been better as an OVA than it would an actual movie because the first half, or at least the first 2/3 of the movie, were basically the first 2 episodes of the anime with added content. And then it was the last half or the last third that was original content and kind of connects between episodes 2 and 3. So I didn't see the point of this as a movie. But with Tiger and Bunny The Rising, I'm looking at this and that is a Tiger and Bunny movie.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen of the plot, it looks like it's going to be very interesting. And from the designs of it, it seems that some of the characters are older now. It's not really in the same timeline as the original series. And it kind of makes me wonder, would they possibly release a season 2 of Tiger and Bunny? Because while they did defeat one of the main villains in season 1 with the ending of the anime, there is still more mysteries that both Kotetsu and Barnaby do need to uncover, and
it's still a mystery.
Well, gang, it looks like we got another mystery on our hands.
yeah. Still, I really do hope there would be at least a season 2, because Tiger and Bunny is a great series, and I do recommend it to those who like superheroes.
Yes.
With implied yaoi. heavily
With
implied.
yaoi, but it's but you can pretty much just go through it and like it doesn't really say it's yaoi per se. Yeah, it does imply it, especially with the two main characters, but
there's implying yaoi, and then there's basically taking the hammer that's saying it's not yaoi but hammering it anyway.
And that hammer is like a friggin' band hammer, like one of those huge metal things. It's like, and there you go.
I do have to admit, though, that apparently the yaoi is kind of heavily implied, to the point where even the creators of Tiger and Bunny like to joke around about these two characters being a couple.
So yeah, this isn't just, fans happening to make up whatever canon works in their head because they're creepy as hell like that. This is, them making it purposeful, and just that is like that is the kind of yaoi I get creeped out at.
Yeah.
Well, yaoi fan or not, I do highly recommend Tiger and Bunny, so check it out. Alright, now it's time for some questions.
We have questions.
Well, I'm just coming up with some random stuff.
Yeah.
Just because we always end off with emails and all these questions, might as well just...
Teddy bears or bondage? Which one is sexier?
Here's the first question that I'm gonna put out for you guys. What would you do if you come across some fanfiction?
Burn it with fire, mainly if it's Naruto ones.
But it's on the internet.
I will find the heart of the internet and I will burn it.
It certainly depends on the content, because the only fanfiction I ever look up is stuff involving the Luffy x Nami pairing. But other than that, I don't really look up anything else other than that. So
if I'm really bored and I want an excuse to read, I'll browse the fanfiction.net site, but there are some people that just should not be writing at all. It's just like you need to cleanse your eyes with liquid fire. It's just some people are fucked up, and you can't get any worse than like the Naruto fanfiction people, because I don't know what other series has so many cases of empregs or Uchiha cest or oh my freaking god, there is so much.
You have no fucking idea, man. We read this one Smash Bros fanfic that was fucking atrocious.
Oh my god, yes. Super Smash Bros. Mission from God. Form God. My god, it is debatable whether that is a trollfic or not.
Yeah.
We are hoping it is a trollfic. We are hoping that this person that actually thinks all of these horrible stuff actually does not exist, because it's just, really? Does it really matter if someone is gay or lesbian or trans or whatever, or they're a different nationality and all that? Like, this fanfic, like, the spelling errors make it hilarious, but the content just makes it so, this is so terrible, this is so awful, mean.
I am disgusted.
Yeah, it's very offensive.
Yes.
You have a friend and she forces you to watch yaoi. What do you do?
try my best to stay in my seat and not complain about a single thing. But if it comes to a point where there's a sex scene, I may have to gouge my eyes out or knock myself out.
Yeah, I pretty much already knocked myself out. I would hit my face against the wall until at some point I wouldn't have to be conscious anymore.
Yeah, your friend would be like, "Why is your head all red?" Yowie.
The sad thing is my girlfriend
if it was a chair, I'd probably bounce my way into somewhere else. If it was like not a moving chair, like like one of those wooden things, like in the friggin' old movies. But if it was like a stool, which I don't know how you'd be able to tie to a stool, that would be pretty uncomfortable. I'd be pretty much fucked.
My girlfriend probably would tie me up if she wanted me to watch yaoi, but I suppose I'd have to bribe her with more cakes or some other type of food to get out. That is pretty much my only salvation, having to, bribe her with food to get out.
We're gonna run out of cake at this rate.
I'm already up to like 60 cakes with that woman. The sad thing is, not all of them are ones that I owe. This started off because I got her into Kamen Rider Gaim, and there is a character, Oren Pierre Alphonse. He's a dude who owns a cake shop, and just like the moment he appears and starts making cakes, my girl was just like, "Yeah, you owe me fucking cake for this." It's like, why? Because you introduced me to this series, and I am addicted to it, and now I see food I can't have. You owe me. And then there's just all these different scenes in the show where there's cake, and so I owe her for those. And then I make a mistake of just happening to mention, an extra amount of cake or something like that, and all of a sudden I owe her more cakes. Like at one point I owed her 30-something cakes. She's like, "How much do I owe you now? 50? 38, but since you said 50, no! How does that work?" That does not work! Well, you said 50, so you owe me 50. That is not fair!
You seem to be quite the pickle, my friend.
Yeah.
So that's your reaction with yaoi. How about if you were forced to watch Yuri?
Oh, I'd be fine with this.
Of course, we're dudes. Of course we'd be fine with it.
Alright, then.
How about you?
How about
What were you? What about if you were forced to watch Yuri?
If I was forced to watch Yuri, I wouldn't really mind.
That's, underwhelming.
I mean, I am a yaoi fangirl, but I do like straight pairings, and I do like Yuri pairings. Blech.
Is there anything that phases you then?
In terms of hentai, no, fuck that shit.
Though, thinking about it, nothing really phases me, no. Unless it's, a really unbearable dub, then it's like, ugh.
Alright, then that'll just have to be the next best equivalent. What if someone tied you down and forced you to watch a really awful dub?
I would pretty much want to kill myself.
You're on top of the mountain now, but it's all garbage! Oh, God.
Where's my cyanide pill?
Which fan base gets you griped up the most, or pisses you off?
I think we can pretty much all agree, there are fan bases that have, their bullshit.
Yep.
A lot of them are just that hyper, almost borderline religious dedication to their ideal version, and lo, if you dare slander them with, anything less than absolute perfection as defined by them, because then you are just, you're so fucking gay!
Yeah. We need more people like Hoovians in the world. Those guys are the best fans ever. I swear.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I just don't like the ones that are borderline religious about it to the point where any hair out of place just automatically makes it, this is so imperfect, this is such bullshit, I fucking hate you, Mom! Just pretty much the kind of fans you can tell they're not getting any, they're never going to get any, they're just standing there, taking up space, wasting the air, and just, God, Mom!
Yeah, all they are is just they're sitting in an empty...
Why can't you understand my love for classic Amy?
Yeah, just sitting in a empty room, just sit in the corner, crying their eyes out over those things.
I'm gonna watch Sonic porn!
Pretty much, that's what it is.
But yeah, just those ones that just seem to find offense in anything to the point where they're just, the only way they get any simulation is just to grab the nearest broom handle and see how far up their ass they can shove it.
Alright then. Well, that's it for the podcast. I've been Pinkshuchan, that been Fish Dragon, and that been OneCat294, and we are signing off!
Yes, signing off. Salutations. Goodbye, everybody. I fucked up saying goodbye, but then again, that's always the norm on this podcast, isn't it?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Cutting off recording now.